stop scrolling, because the pennies you ignore every day could be worth thousands money bag. Most people see a 1-cent coin and think it's worthless, but some of the most valuable coins in history are actually pennies. And they're still out there, hiding in plain sight. First, look for wheat pennies. Those old coins with wheat on the back. Some of them are extremely rare, especially if they have errors or look almost brand new. A clean, shiny wheat penny can be worth far more than you expect. Now here's where it gets serious. Some pennies were made with mistakes. Letters that look doubled, numbers that seem off, or coins that aren't perfectly centered. These are called error coins, and collectors pay big money for them. And then there's the Indian head cent. These coins are over 100 years old, and most people don't even recognize them. If you find one with strong details and little wear, you could be holding something very valuable. But here's the scary truth. Most people never check. They spend these coins, throw them away, or ignore them completely. And just like that, they lose real money without even knowing. So, before you spend your next penny, stop. Look closely. Check every detail. Because that small coin in your hand might be worth way more than 1-cent fire money bag. Stop, don't spend that penny yet. Because the 1945 wheat penny you might have right now could be worth far more than just 1 cent. Most people see a penny and ignore it. They think it has no value. But what if that one small coin is actually hiding something rare? Something valuable? Something most people miss every single day? The 1945 wheat penny is one of the most common coins people come across. It was produced in large numbers, and because of that, many believe it's worthless. But that belief is exactly why valuable ones slip through unnoticed, because value isn't just about how many coins were made. It's about condition, rarity, and mistakes. Let's start with condition. A heavily worn 1945 penny is usually only worth a little more than face value, but a coin that still looks clean, sharp, and almost untouched is a completely different story. Collectors are always searching for high-grade coins. Coins with strong details, clear lines, and original shine. Now think about this. This coin is nearly 80 years old. Most of them have been used in daily transactions. They've been scratched, damaged, and worn down over time. That means finding one in excellent condition is not easy. And when something is hard to find, it becomes more valuable. But condition is just the beginning. Now, let's talk about mint marks. The 1945 wheat penny was produced at different mints. Each mint made its own version of the coin. Some are more common, and some are harder to find. If you look closely under the date, you might see a small letter. That letter tells you where the coin was made. And sometimes that small letter can make a big difference. But here's where things start to get really interesting. Errors. Mistakes made during the minting process can turn an ordinary coin into something extraordinary. Look closely at your 1945 penny. Do you see any doubling in the letters or numbers? Do parts of the design look slightly duplicated? Does the coin look off-center? Is part of the design missing or shifted? Are there cracks, unusual marks, or strange lines on the surface? These are all signs of potential errors. And collectors are willing to pay serious money for coins like that. But here's the problem. Most people don't know what they're looking at. They see a coin with imperfections and assume it's damaged, so they ignore it. Or, worse, they spend it. And just like that, something valuable is gone. Now imagine this. You have a jar full of old coins. You've never checked them closely. You assume they're all the same. But what if one of those coins is different? What if one of those coins is rare? What if you've been holding it for years without even realizing its true value? That's the reality for many people. Valuable coins don't announce themselves. They don't shine differently. They don't look obviously expensive. They hide among ordinary coins. And only the people who take the time to look ever find them. Now, let's go deeper. Another important factor is luster. When a coin is freshly minted, it has a bright, original shine. Over time, that shine fades as the coin is handled and used. If you find a 1945 penny that still has strong luster, that's a sign it hasn't been heavily circulated, and that makes it more desirable to collectors. because once that original shine is gone, it never comes back. Now think about holding a coin from 1945, and it still looks almost new. That's not something you see every day. And that's where value can increase quickly. But there's something even more important than all of this. Awareness. Most people don't check their coins. They don't look closely. They don't take the time to learn. And because of that, they miss opportunities. They spend valuable coins without even knowing. They let rare finds slip away, and they never realize what they had. Now, imagine being different. Imagine taking just a few seconds to check your coins, looking at the details, searching for anything unusual, because that small habit could change everything. That one coin you almost ignored could be worth far more than you think. And once it's gone forever. So, the next time you see a 1945 wheat penny, don't rush. Don't assume it's worthless. Stop and check it carefully. Look at the date. Look for a mint mark. Examine the condition. Search for errors. Because hidden value is everywhere, but only those who look will ever find it. And the next valuable coin could already be in your hand's fire money bag. Stop. Before you ignore this video, you need to hear this. There are coins right now sitting in old boxes, drawers, and collections that look completely normal, but could be worth hundreds or even thousands of dollars. And one of the most overlooked coins is the 1863 Indian head cent. Most people don't even check it. They see an old penny and they move on. But that one mistake could cost you real money. Because the 1863 Indian head cent isn't just any coin. It was made during one of the most important periods in American history, the Civil War. That alone makes it valuable to collectors. But here's where it gets serious. Not all 1863 coins are the same. And if you don't know what to look for, you could miss a valuable coin sitting right in front of you. First, understand this. The 1863 Indian head cent was made from bronze. That's important because earlier versions were made differently. This change in metal makes these coins part of a major transition in coin history. Now, look closely at the design. On the front, you'll see Lady Liberty wearing a feathered headdress. Most people think it's a Native American, but it's actually Liberty in disguise. That small detail alone confuses many beginners. On the back, you'll see a wreath surrounding the words 1 cent. It looks simple, but the details in that wreath matter more than you think. Here's where the money is. Condition. If the coin is heavily worn, the value drops. But if you find one with sharp details, clear feathers, and strong lettering, the value can jump dramatically. We're not talking about a small difference. We're talking about the difference between a few dollars and hundreds or even thousands. And here's something most people don't know. Color matters. 1863 Indian head cents can appear in different colors like brown, red-brown, or full red. And guess what? Red coins are the most valuable. That bright original color can make a huge difference in price. Now imagine this. You find an old coin. It looks clean, it has detail, and it still has some original color. That could be a high-grade coin. And high-grade coins are what collectors pay big money for. But here's the danger. Most people clean their coins. And the moment you clean it, you destroy its value. That shiny look might seem better to you, but to collectors, it's damage. And that could mean losing hundreds of dollars instantly. Now, here's something even more important. Some 1863 coins have striking differences. Slight variations in the design, weak strikes, or unusual features can make certain coins more desirable. And if you don't know what you're looking at, you could miss it completely. Think about that. A tiny detail could be the difference between pocket change and serious money. And this is happening every day. People spend these coins without checking. They throw them into jars. They ignore them completely. Meanwhile, collectors are actively searching for them. So the opportunity is still there. Right now. In your home. In your collection. Maybe even in your pocket. But only if you pay attention. Because once that coin is gone, it's gone. No second chances. So here's what you need to do. Check the date. It must say 1863. Look at the details. Are the feathers sharp? Is the wreath clear? Check the color. Does it still have some original shine? And most importantly, don't clean it, because the next coin you overlook could be worth far more than you think. And if you miss it, you might never know what you just lost. Fire money bag. Stop before you skip this video. Imagine holding a coin that looks ordinary but could secretly be worth thousands of dollars. That's exactly what the 1859 Indian head cent is, a coin most people ignore. But collectors are hunting every single day. Now here's the twist. Not every 1859 coin is valuable. Some are only worth a few dollars, but others, they can sell for hundreds, even thousands, depending on tiny details that most people never notice. And that's where people make a huge mistake. They spend them. So what makes this coin so special? First, you need to understand that 1859 was the very first year of the Indian head cent series. That means every single coin from this year is part of history. It marked a major shift in American coin design, replacing older large cents with a smaller, modern look. But here's where things get interesting, because being the first year, these coins were made differently. The metal composition, the design details, even the strike quality, all of these can affect the value in a big way. Now, look closely at the coin. On the front, you'll see Lady Liberty wearing a Native American headdress. Many people think it's an actual Native American, but it's not. That misunderstanding alone makes this coin even more fascinating. And on the back, there's something very important. The 1859 Indian head cent has a laurel wreath design. But guess what? This design was only used for 1 year. After 1859, the design changed. That means this version is unique, and collectors love unique coins. Now, here's where you need to pay attention, because this is where money is made or lost. Condition. A heavily worn 1859 coin might only be worth a small amount. But if you find one with clear details, sharp features, and minimal damage, the value can jump dramatically. We're talking hundreds or even thousands of dollars. But that's not all. There are also rare varieties and striking differences. Some coins have stronger details, while others appear weak or uneven. These small differences can mean everything to a collector. And if you don't know what to look for, you could miss it completely. Now imagine this. You find an old coin in a box, a drawer, or maybe inherited from someone. It looks old, but you think it's just a penny, so you ignore it. Maybe you even spend it. What if that coin was an 1859 Indian head cent in high grade? That's not just a coin, that's lost money. And it happens every single day. People overlook these coins because they don't understand what they're holding. They don't check the date. They don't examine the condition. And they don't realize that collectors are actively searching for these exact pieces. Now, here's something even more shocking. Some of the best examples of this coin have sold for thousands of dollars. Not because they're made of gold, not because they are huge, but because they are rare in top condition. That's the secret of coin collecting. Rarity plus condition equals value. And the 1859 Indian head cent has both, if you find the right one. So, how do you know if your coin is valuable? First, check the date carefully. It must say 1859. Sounds simple, but many people don't even do that. Second, look at the details. Are the feathers in the headdress sharp? Is the wreath on the back clear? The more detail you see, the more valuable it could be. Third, check for damage. Scratches, dents, and heavy wear can reduce value. But even worn coins can still be worth money because of the year. And fourth, never clean your coin. This is one of the biggest mistakes people make. Cleaning can destroy the value instantly. A clean coin might look better to you, but to collectors, it's damaged. Now think about this. Right now, there are people searching through old coins, coin rolls, and collections looking for this exact coin. They know the value. They know what to look for. But most people don't, which means opportunity is everywhere. And that's why this matters. Because the next time you see an old penny, you won't just ignore it. You'll check it. You'll examine it. And you might discover something valuable. But here's the final warning. Once a rare coin is spent, lost, or damaged, the value is gone forever. You don't get a second chance. So, before you spend your coins, stop. Look closely. Because that old penny might not be just a penny, it could be a hidden piece of history worth far more than you think. Fire money bag.